Okay, this is video 2. Now we're going to edit the attributes of this path. By attributes I mean the blend, the dwell, the actual type of motion, Cartesian straight line. So we're going to leave the first via, this is the motion to that via, so we're going to leave it in joint space, and we're going to change the rest to Cartesian space. And we're going to slow down the speed to 15 millimeters second, and we're going to change the blend. We want a pretty tight blend on this because we want to follow the path to 2 millimeters. So let me just get the rest of these. Let's see, let's do these first. And the last one too, we'll make the last one straight line also. And we'll change these all to be 15. We'll change these to be 2. Okay, so now when we move along the path, it's actually, the previous times it was in joint space movement between those, but now it's straight line motion, so it's really going to follow. So these long stretches, it's really going to follow the path. So we're going to get the sealant path that we want. One nice thing, feature we have here in the CAD path is approach frames. And what we can do is we can actually add 20 millimeters in. So this out direction takes the last 2 frames and it moves them out in the last 2 here. And so we're going to say an add frame for and added these 2, an approach frame and a part frame. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to, right, so those have already been added. So now we have like an approach frame that's joint space that moves very quickly, and then it moves 15 millimeters a second along here. Okay. We can kind of independently verify that this path is a good one. It does what we want. We have another function here, trace paths. Okay, so what we can do is let's say path 1, and we'll make it a dual trace. What that means is that it makes this little hockey puck and it traces on both sides of it. So here we can see that if this was sealant applied, you know, if it's a directional gun, then you're going to have problems. If it's not, then it's okay. So a directional gun would mean that you would want to make the X along the path on these. Okay, that's just a way to verify. All right, so let's create a quick program for that. So I'm going to create a program. I'm going to say that the program name is Seal Red, and we want to be able to write out the program. That's a way. Sometimes you can make it so it doesn't actually write the program. And then you can decide on where the reference frame is. In this case, we're going to use the part. You can also use the tool. You specify the tool, which is the sealant gun. And we'll include that in the program. And then all we have to do really is move along this path. So we'll select this path and we'll say run. So now we've written a path for it, a program for it, and the nice thing about a program is then you can translate it into PDL2. So let's just translate that directly into PDL2. Okay, and really it's just these 2 guys that we want to load. So the next video we'll load these guys that we just generated into RoboSim and have those run. All right, thanks.